Welcome to my office. Have you ever wondered what it's like in my world? Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a homeopath or to do what I do? So this is my office, and I come in here every morning and start making phone calls. So I look at my schedule, I sit down at my desk, I have my computer open, I find my schedule, and I start making phone calls. So usually the free 15-minute phone calls require me to take notes. So I'll take notes in the computer, and then I send you an email to let you know the different ways that you can work with me. So then the follow-up consultations they are also phone calls. So in a follow-up consultation, that's 30 minutes, right? So I have my phone charger here. So I usually have my phone plugged in, or not plugged in, but on the charger while I'm talking to you. And I always have my water. I always have water to drink. I'm doing a lot of talking all day long. I need the water. And I have my books. So all my books are accessible while I'm doing follow-up consultations and initial consultations. And so that's a 30-minute conversation to do the follow-up. So that's a 30-minute conversation to do the follow-up. So I have everything I need right here. I'm not running in and out of my office or having to go get anything. And if you noticed, my space is clean. It's clean, not cluttered. You guys, I'm always talking to you about organizing your notes. It's important. It's super important to have a clean, organized space. You can see all of my counters are clean, the tops, just everything is clean and organized, because I can't think straight, be organized, and be productive in a messy space. So I do clean up every night before I walk out of the office door. So as I do consultations in here all day, I have everything that I need. I have my tablet. It's in this drawer right here, right in front of me. So I've got my computer here. So I've got my computer. I've got my drawer with my tablet in it. And I write, I take notes, and then I send emails, and I have all of my books very close to me so that I can grab whatever I need right here if I need to do any research. But I also have I have a lot of good notes on my computer. So while I'm talking to you, I will have my tablet out, I'll have my computer open, and I'll have my phone here on the charger so that it's right close to where I'm working. I have my water handy, and so I've got everything I need in a close proximity so that I can stay focused on what you need. This is also where I teach classes. So during my class time, again, I'm here at my computer, and I have another drawer here on the other side with all of my my curriculum, my workbooks and my guides and whatever I use. This is Gateway 1 and Gateway 2, and then I have my acute care training guide here that we go through in my mentorship program. I have the home prescriber, my home prescriber slides there whenever I teach that, which I haven't taught in a long time. I've got my cool kids guide there when I teach the kids. So everything having to do with curriculum and teaching class is in this drawer. And again, and I have my mentorship, I've been looking for that. I have my mentorship program workbook in here. So this is just really where I keep anything that has to do with teaching class is in here. Also, I have right down there, that box, I have my amber dropper bottles, and with all of the droppers, the bottle, the labels, the pen that I write on the labels with, I have the little sample bottles, like essential oil bottles, that I sometimes will just put a few pills in for somebody. So all of my supplies to make the remedies are down there, except for I have right here, these are my blank pellets, right, to make my, when I use my medicating potency. And so everything else, all my other, because it's pretty, so it's sitting on the pretty desk with all the pretty things, all my other supplies are here together. And when I'm teaching class, I'm sitting here, I have all of my books are close to me. I've got, whatever curriculum I need in close proximity, and I'm able to just sit here and teach. When I'm doing consultations, I am listening. There's a lot going on all at the same time. So I'm listening, I'm thinking, I'm thinking of remedies, I'm taking notes, and I'm remembering to ask good questions. And then I will, after I'm finished with the consultation, then I type up the care plan, I send it to you on email. I keep really good notes on each client. And so documentation is super important for any person in any healthcare profession. So whether it be natural or natural healthcare or allopathic medicine, we need to be taking good notes. You've got to document well. And this is, first of all, for me, it's so that I can remember when I follow up with you the questions to ask. Right? So if you told me last time that you have headaches 2 or 3 times per week, then when we meet again, I'm going to ask you, how often are you having those headaches? And I'm expecting you to say less. That's my hope, is that you're going to say less often. And then you're going to tell me how many. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to keep asking. So things like that, but also documentation is important for professionals, so that because we can't remember what's happened with each client. And if someone says something and you have it written down and you have it dated and you have it timed, then you're able to prove, to whoever that needs to be, right, what you can show your documentation. So documentation is super important, and keeping all of that organized. So after I finish with the consultation, I send you your care plan, and then I put your care plan, a copy of your care plan, in your file. So I used to keep your files in a locked drawer in my office, but now I keep them digitally, and they're also locked, so nobody can ever get into those or see those. So after I, update your file with the new care plan, and I've sent you the email, when I'm finished for the day, then I clean up my office. Not that it gets super messy, but sometimes, I can start looking for papers or whatever, and things get out of place. But then I also set up for the next day. So outside of the 30-minute follow-up, I'm typing your care plan, and I'm updating your file, and then, and outside of the 1 hour initial consultation, I'm typing your care plan, I'm making a new file for you, right, because you're new, and then I put your care plan in your file. And then when I'm all finished seeing everyone for the day, making all the phone calls, in between phone calls, I am doing acute care consultations. So my acute care consults are over text message, and so that's how I can do acute care basically 24/7. Of course, I'm not available to you while I'm asleep, but you can text me anytime. And the only way I can do that is because you don't have to have an appointment to talk to me on the phone. If every person had to talk to me on the phone for acutes, I wouldn't be able to do any. I wouldn't have time to do any. So the text messaging really works. I know I've had some people that were not really happy with texting about it, but that's the way I do it. It works, and I'm able to serve a lot more people. So in between consultations and updating files, I'm doing acute care, And then I do give myself a 30-minute lunch break every day, usually. Sometimes I'll put a consult in there, not very often. We have to keep our boundaries. You got to keep good boundaries, especially in especially in the healthcare profession, I would say, because it's mentally taxing to care for people's health. It's a serious thing, right? I mean, this is, people are counting on me to know what I'm talking about. So I have to, and I want to be really good at what I'm doing, but also, so there's a lot of mental work that happens. So we need that break. You need that break. If you're wanting to be a homeopath, you need to take a break. So it's not often, but I do sometimes allow somebody to take my lunch break from me. But again, normally I have a 30-minute lunch break. That's plenty of time to walk into my kitchen, make a salad, eat, and come back and get back to work. So when I'm all finished for the day, then I will set up for the next day. So in setting up, that is looking at the next day's appointments. I go in and draft each email that's going to go out. So I already have the email drafted with the person's email address, the subject line, and then I have, if it's a follow-up consultation, then I have a template that I use. This is smart. This is the way to leverage your time. Have email templates. And so I have a template for follow-up. So I go and I pull up that template, copy, paste it into the email, and then I close out that draft. And I do that for every consultation and every free 15-minute phone call. There's a draft. Now the free 15-minute phone call drafts are changed based on what we talk about. The initial consultation email templates are the same depending on which care plan you have, and then the follow-ups are different based on the different care plans that I offer. So I set up in that way. I get all the emails ready, and then I pull up the last time we talked. So if this is a follow-up consultation today, then or the next day, then I'll pull up your last consultation that we did. So with my notes, I pull up the notes that I took on you last time and the plan that I gave you last time. So when we get on the phone, I want to start with, okay, let me confirm what you're still taking. And so I confirm what you're still taking, and then I'm able to look at my notes and ask good questions. So I pull all of that stuff up. So it's all ready. So when I walk in here in the mornings, I open my computer and everything is set up. The day is set up. So then some of you who are my clients might wonder, how does she get me we get off the phone or we get off of the initial consult and you get your plan sometimes within a minute. And that's because I have everything set up. I've already set up for the day the night before. And then the only time that it takes me more time to write a plan is when I have to go do research, which sometimes I do. Sometimes I have to dig into the books, and but usually I know where we're going. I know what we're doing because I have good notes that I can search. Like sometimes I'm searching notes while you're talking, and I make my decisions while you're talking. Sometimes I have an online repertory system, so a program. So sometimes I'm plugging rubrics in there while you're talking. That is easy for me. I'm good at multitasking, and it's actually, while it's fresh in my mind and while I can actually hear your voice or see you while we're on the initial consultation, I can plug in rubrics easier than if I try to remember 30 minutes, an hour, hours, or even days later. It's fuzzy. Now, yes, I'm writing good notes, but that's not, those are very helpful. But in the moment, I can hear your voice, I can see your actions. I can see your face. I can see your body movements. All of those things point me to rubrics. So I'm very often plugging in rubrics, looking through my notes, making decisions while you're talking. And so then I type in the remedies that I want in the plan, and I'm able to send it quickly because I'm all set up. And then I go through that process again. I update your file, and then when I'm finished for the day, I clean up my office and I set up for the day, for the next day. Now, on the days that I teach class, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm setting up for the next day after class. So that means, 8 or 9 p.m. I'm setting up for the next day. As a business owner, I can set my own hours, and so what I'm choosing to do is work a lot of hours. I like it. I like to serve you all. I want to help as many people as I can. But I'm also careful to take breaks. So I don't work 5 days a week. If you've ever been in a healthcare setting, you know that that's not what healthcare workers do. We don't work 5 days a week. It's too much. Again, because of the mental capacity that it takes to make these decisions, and then all of the acute consults that I do in between. And then you got emails. So I don't mean for this to sound overwhelming, because it's really not, but I just almost forgot. I also have to answer emails, and I'm going to say 10 to 30 emails a day I'm answering. So when do I do that? In between consults, and first thing in the morning, and sometimes last thing at night. So it just depends. I do them as often as I can, because if they pile up, I get overwhelmed. If I know that I have 30 emails to answer, I start feeling overwhelmed. But it does happen. And so at that point, every time I know that there's an email that I have to answer, I put a star on it. And so that I'm constantly, all day long, I'm going in and deleting stuff that I don't even need to look at. And then I'll go, when I'm ready to answer emails, I'll just look at the starred emails, right? So that I can stay focused. These are the emails that I need to answer. And I start at the bottom because those are the ones that came in first. And in fact, I start with my monthly membership members first. So I have a monthly membership, and part of that monthly membership is that you get unlimited emails. So, and you guys are first. So the monthly members take top priority. So if I don't have time to get to the other emails, then I don't have time, but I do the best I can. So actually I start at the bottom and monthly members. I work my way up, and then to the newest, and then I go back down and answer the rest. So it can, sometimes it can be longer than I would like to answer your emails, but I am always doing the best I can. So in a busy practice, it's fun, it is busy, it's full, and it's fulfilling. So, I didn't even tell you everything that I do. So what about social media? What about this video that you're watching? What about all the little videos, the reels, the answering comments on YouTube, answering comments on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn? So there's a lot. But listen, again, you don't have to do all of that. I'm choosing to do all of that. And I didn't start. So when I started my practice, I didn't jump into everything that I'm doing right now. It was a slow growing process. So when I first started, I had, like 2-3 clients that I worked with. And, and then my processes grew and changed as I grew. And so doing these videos definitely came later. I did start my podcast early on. So then now you're like, oh my goodness, and she does a podcast. When do you do that? You know what? I teach class, like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday night, but we do take a break every 4 weeks from teaching class. So on the break week, Bree and I are not on break. We are recording podcast episodes, and we record them in batches, and then I process those. So there's the video, there's the audio, there's the transcript. I do have somebody that transcribes them for me and uploads them to the blog. It's a lot of fun. You know what? I've been doing this for a long time, so it really is a lot of fun, and I would love to teach you how to do all of the things that I do in baby steps. You can do it if you want to. If you want to, you don't have to. You can have a very simple practice. You don't even have to be, as busy as I am. You don't have to take as many clients as I do. You don't have to do a podcast, a blog, an email newsletter like I do. You don't have to do any of those things. I will tell you, I don't at all mean to sound like I do this alone. I'm not a one-woman show. I have a team. I have a team of amazing people that help me do all the things that I do. And I have people directing me on what to do when on the social media stuff. So, it was a slow growing process, and I would love to teach you in baby steps how to do whatever piece or part of what I do that you would like to do. Reach out to me if you want. I do a career consultation, and you can find that on my website. And then I have some coaching programs that I would love to just again help you grow in your practice. I can help you from if you're just starting, like you're trying to figure out which school to go to become certified. I can help you with that. Schedule a career consultation. I would love to help you. This is just so much fun. I'm also always looking to add people to my team. So I hope that this was just fun to see what a day in my world looks like, and just see my office. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you? Part of my office. Well, right now she's busy. Nala. Okay. She's part of my office. Oh, can you see her? Let me move this over. She comes with the office. She's my baby girl. We're so happy to have her with us. She actually almost died 2 weeks ago. And that's a whole other story. So maybe I'll share that with you another time on another video. But I'm really happy she's here with me. Usually also there is a German Shepherd under my desk. He likes to lay under there at my feet. She likes to lay back here, sometimes on her bed, sometimes not. And I am just very thankful for all of you. Thank you for watching this. If you're interested in becoming a homeopath, I want to help you. It's so much fun. Have a great day.